Hello everyone, Jeff here. Welcome back to some Death Must Die. It's finally Act 3 time, and we're playing the Druid today. In fact, we're playing, so far, my favorite Druid build, which is going to be Strike Druid. I went and I have unlocked all of the talent points for her. Her name is Leaf. She is awesome. I have mostly tier 3 mythic gear. There's some tier 2 in here. I'm working on getting it all. They did buff the gear drops in a hotfix, so we'll see how that goes. But anyways, let me show you guys what's going on, what we're going to run today. I just did this run on Darkness 30, and it cleared really easily, so we're going to try Darkness 40. The game can be difficult. Some of these bosses are given like some Dark Souls vibes, especially I think the second boss is crazy in Act 3. But that's fine. We love difficulty. So we are playing the Panther form build. I currently... My opinion, without going into detail about this, is the bear form is kind of wonky because you have to get hit to do it, and I'm not a fan. Panther form, on the other hand, is sick. So your attacks have a chance to turn you into Panther. 15% chance is high. You're turning into a Panther basically on cooldown. And then you get 50% life, 25% crit chance, 100% attack damage, 20% attack speed, huge dash distance, huge movement. You also get this Night Stalker thing, which is kind of like Nixie's old Endless Night talent, where you're invisible. But the big thing here is not just a guaranteed crit when you come out of it. You get a guaranteed plus 200 strike luck chance, which can mean you can, if you have a high enough luck, you can multicast some of your stuff. Very cool. Forms last longer is a good talent. While you're in form, your prime luck... Oh, I need to talk about prime. Prime's a new stat that you're going to see in the talent trees. It is basically whatever your highest plus value attack is, whether that's cast, strike, power, summon, dash, yada yada. The prime one is whatever the most is. So a lot of characters are going to have this in their talent trees. Super useful. Good change. Deal more damage to enemies that have done to you. This was just filler points. Feast is absurd, and I expect this to be nerfed. It basically makes you feel like you're immortal unless you get one shot, and then well-informed, your strike damage is increased by 80%, which is just nice. Stat-wise, I'm not using anything special here. No new uniques, just what it is. I'm sure there are some uniques worth using, but I'm mostly using extra strike projectile count and these really fast fist weapons because the Druid uses claws. You will notice in the tier 3 gear, you get a lot of dice, and we're gonna need them. We're gonna need them because you have to go through a lot. There's a lot more options because every god has summons now. So let's step in to Darkmoor for a YouTube video for the first time. There's some explodey boys. Let's see if we can avoid them. They definitely hurt, and we're in Panther form for the first time. So things I have noticed from the update. Okay, I don't want to be doing time stuff here. I think I would like to do the new Water God stuff if possible. So there's these devotion things, and my impression right now is I do not like them on cards. I think if they are going to stay on cards, they need to offer some other benefit to being a devotion to that god, which I think would be very cool thematically. Because right now they just increase the offers from the god, and it's like, I don't know, it kind of feels bad, I think. So hopefully we get some stat added to all of these gods. I just have to figure out what it'll be. So it'll be something in the future. Right now I'm not loving it, but in the future. Things I will say I love is it would appear, we're going to banish, well, just that one. It would appear that one of the skills from Mommy Nin here, Earth Spike, has been changed to no longer have the cooldown that it had before. So I'm just gonna snap that one up. Also, Nin has cooldown range, or not cooldown range, strike range. So that's kind of sick. The track here is very like groovy as well. I probably have it a little loud. I'll have to turn it down a little bit. Oh, summer, my sweet. So Meteor Shower, I haven't tried it yet, but I assume it's still bad. We'll test it out. I do think Searing Attack's not bad, and Summer has some pretty good stuff. like, Searing Attack's good. Burning enemies is good. Breath of Fire is strong. Fury is fixed. Day 1, Fury was changed, and it was devastatingly bad, I would say. There are some very reminiscent changes to the release of Act 2 here, where some stat values are just not good. And I think that's just because the devs don't do a great job of beta testing their stuff. Just straight up. Like, I'll say that. I'm arguably the biggest advocate for this game on the internet. Let's be real. Which is kind of wild to say that out loud. I will be critical when appropriate. They do not do a good job of testing, and I really think they should start private beta testing some of these things, because they would not have needed that hotfix patch. I did a stream of the release, if you aren't aware. I'll put a link in the description. But there are multiple times where the first boss, I took a skill, which I will show off in a later video, but I think it's fixed now. You can see it in the clip, where we basically break the game in a not good way, I can't really tell. It did end in us killing the boss, but with a new skill that hooks the enemies and drags them to you. But then the enemy bosses jump around, so there's like some physics funkiness we're going on, where he was jumping away, and then I was yanking him back, and then we both flew off into Never Never Land. And yeah, it was funky. But overall, if you look at this patch and you don't think of it like, oh, the balance is bad, there's some stat squishing going on, so my tier 2 stuff I had before got nerfed, that all feels bad, right? If you ignore that stuff, this patch has some really cool things, such as infusions, which also, I will say, feels slightly undercooked in the sense of their variety. I think if you're gonna have this type of system, you want to have branching paths, right? You don't want to have just one or the other. So currently, it would seem there's only one path for each upgrade, but I guess let me explain what these are. So every skill that I've seen so far has one of these infusions from the Fates, and they can take up an additional slot, basically. If I took this one, Tornado would take up 2 slots, and it would get this effect. Rarity scales up, and you can level these up. So you can make really powerful abilities. So you could like hyper-focus on an ability. Super cool, love it. I feel like if you're gonna do these, it would be nice to have branching ones. And maybe they plan to have branching ones, and this is just a test, but that's just my thought there. I do think this is very powerful, to the point that I am liable to re-roll it. I don't want the Earth Spike one just yet. I think there's some builds for it. Serendipity is great. This is great. Psycho and Helix now. Basically, the Fates got a total rework in what they do. And that's cool. I think with the Fates, it's like a cool system. All right, the Shrine is giving us 6 strike damage for every strike slot used. That seems absurd. You're gonna notice too, like, a lot of animations for old skills are significantly improved. The game looks crisp as hell right now. As far as like art style goes, and animation killed it. Boss design, well, we're kind of playing Elden Ring now. If I'm gonna be honest, we're playing Elden Ring. The first boss is very reminiscent, someone mentioned this, of one of the bosses in V Rising, which I think is really funny. But the second boss and the final boss are straight up brutal. I won't spoil what their boss is. So this build seems to just be disgusting. I think it's because of the lifesteal. I will take 30% more damage on my tornadoes, please. Thank you. Yeah, so all that extra damage gonna pay off. Here, this actually is banishes. Banishes are super valuable now because every God has summons, and I'll do a summon run in the very near future. Summons got a complete rework this patch where they have life bars, they taunt enemies, they can be charmed, and that can be a bad time. But yeah, I think it was this enemy actually that charms them, or no, it was a different enemy. Anyway, oh, here we go. Let's banish this and Breath of Fire. Breath of Fire Master. Sometimes it's great. So Master offers can now roll on every type of gear. I think the idea behind that is that you aren't focused on like spending all your uniques on certain spots. You have under 35% life, you get these effects. I want the armor, I think, is the best one when you're under that life threshold. If you could get that one a few times, you can actually be really tanky. I don't know yet if there's a way to go infinite form. There's a weird after cooldown effect on the text to make it seem like the idea is that you're not allowed to go out of form, but I feel like for this character, it would be cool if there was some type of... This is an old shrine. Let's take more heals. If there was a talent or something that, or an item that you had to give up something, but you could stay in form permanently, really cool. We're just pumping tornadoes here. That is the strategy. You can like click again. The devotion is there, and that's what I'm saying. It kind of feels bad, right? Because it's just like taking up a slot that you're just not going to take. So either taking up a slot or taking up a banished dice. I think the easy solution to that, if the devs happen to watch this video, which I don't know, they're very busy right now. But if you guys think this is a cool idea, first, let me know in the comments. Two, maybe we pass this along in the suggestions in Discord. For example, if Summer's thing could be like, hey, you deal more damage to burning enemies, or Lei Gong's could be like, you deal more strike damage than like their devotion thing, right? Maybe... I think I want area. Maybe Justices says like you heal for more or something like that. You know, in addition to the chance to go to that god. So then it's like this thematic thing, right? Where you're devoted to that god, so you're rewarded for being devoted to that god by getting a little bit of their power, right? I think thematically it fits really well. And it goes well to the devotion thing. Alternatively, I've put some thought into this. Alternatively, devotion just needs to be like a toggle or something. Like, oh, I'm devoted to this god. So, you know, whatever. Because right now, I really think those devotion things feel kind of bad. But I don't know. I think I've got a pretty good solution. If I'm gonna toot my own horn, my grandmother used to say. Keep going. Which is kind of an awkward thing. So Mountainous Might got changed. Whenever you interact with a location, your attack area is increased. I'm actually gonna grab this oddly over both strike things here. And the reason is we have to strike to be able to attack, or we have to hit with an attack to be able to strike, right? So if we get that early, we can get some more attack range. I will say that, 20 damage to bosses is probably where I want to be. I will say that Mountainous Might definitely got worse later on. Like if you don't get it early, it's kind of useless now because it's not retroactive. Luck. Be a lady tonight. Actually, we're not really like that much of a luck build. We just have tornadoes. Tornadoes is fine. Just give me the evasion. There are some elite enemies I've dealt with so far that are absolutely devastating. Oh, you might also be wondering what these are. These are revives. Revives have been pushed a little bit. Well, you know what? A little bit's a light word. They've been pushed a lot. A lot of chest piece gear has revives on them now. Give me that tornado damage. Yeah, Strike Panther is pretty sick. There is a like movement speed eagle freedom build that I want to try, but I haven't figured out how to do it right. All right, welcome Frog King, you dickhole. If you're slow on the draw with this guy, he will just kill you. Yep, he just tongued me. Sure did. Is he gonna take a revive from me? Looks like it. Yeah, he did. Not even really surprised, to be honest. I'm still struggling with, actually, the first two bosses more than the final boss. If that really makes sense at all. Because considering who the final boss is. But I don't want to talk about the final boss before we get closer to it. I want that to be kind of a surprise if you haven't seen it yet. The Lady of the Lake. But what, like, her true form, what she really is. So now there's a question of, do I just grab Mountainous Might again? And I don't think so. I think now we start taking Spike, because based on that frog fight, we need to do enough damage to just end the bosses before bad things happen. I'll take some max HP. Let's go defeat this guy real quick. Remember, the waves are random now. Unlike if you watch this back in Act 2, or played back in Act 2, in between the two, there was a procedural patch that changed a lot of balance and also made waves procedurally generated. Again, it's just sitting there. Not great. Not great, I would say. The little bombers coming to tax our HP. Those guys are brutal. There's also, I really like these little tiny pickups in this area. I think it's funny that they're all little like mushrooms and plants and stuff. And also there's like just XP you pick up off the ground. Big fan of that. Well, I got the cursed water. Oh, somebody's throwing rocks at me. There's a tree man around here.
I won't have it said that Nin stood idly as mortals showed ungodly strength. An apprentice needs their master.
She right. Boys, they were cooking with her. I guess I need to show off the new god at some point, right? In another video, but it's Jason Momoa. I say that somewhat jokingly, but it's basically, you know, he's the god of the seas, right? So they gave us Aquaman. I'm not even a little bit joking. An abandoned cage. So I think this is a 50-50 on, you get a bird, you get 2% movement speed. So let's free the bird. Okay, so I think I've lost that 50-50 twice, which makes me think that it's not a 50-50 and the bird never joins you. The devs are notoriously trolls, and there are almost certainly going to be a few events where you're lied to. Let's say, oh, I do have the whole full lore book, so I gotta go over that too at some point. Lots of content here. 10% attack speed is kind of insane. That gives us, we're at 0.21 attack speed. This is very fast. Very, very fast. Okay, we gotta watch out for these clean rot knights over here. These guys go crazy. They do a lot of damage. Neither of them spawned elite though, so that's good. I've definitely lost a life prior to the second boss here from like an elite version of these guys.
You've grown soft with all these tools.
Man, she is yapping today.
In ancient times, you worshipped the strength within.
Okay. Guess we've grown weak. I'll take strike upgrade. One % damage to skeletons. We'll take it. But yeah, there's some like weird shrines that are like, you get X amount of bonus damage for 3 seconds when X happens, and it's like Brother, I don't know if that makes sense. Ow, my god, the range on that. They're like the dragons for Act 1. Only they're just dudes. They look like they should be guarding the Erd tree. Tornadoes, please. Thank you. What is this? Ancestral Mask? Is this a good one? Oh, this is the Broken Shrine. Yeah, whenever you get 400... Oh, wait, no, this isn't the Broken Shrine. Whenever you get 100 experience, 18 luck, heal 2, dash distance, or area. Well, I mean, actually, this is kind of broken if you get enough of this. I don't really need to heal 2. If you have that and like fear, one of the big auras, you can like, and there's another shrine too, you could basically like scale up your damage forever, or your area forever. You start killing everything off screen. It's dumb. It's dumb. Very. Ow, I got hit with a boulder. Thought I forgot to start my recording. That would have been awful. Oh, it's been a very interesting day. Hey, stop throwing rocks. Who throws a rock, honestly? I guess everyone throws a rock, to be fair. I'll take pickup drops. We were in stealth. That's why the enemies were just walking past us. So this is a huge attack number, right? I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I also think incineration is not useless, but I would rather I think I would rather upgrade Breath of Fire because of all of our strike damage. This one's pretty good. I think it's armor. We have 181 with 300 life. Yeah, I think the math on that is armor. But I am willing to be wrong. We just got a Claw of Summoning. This character is not really a summoner. This is a strike power character. Our movement character because of Eagle. But that requires some very specific doings if you're gonna play Eagle. Eagle is sweet though, for sure. The Freedom Bird is something else. Let's roll away. We got so many dice. You got to use your dice too. You could definitely fall into the trap of not using them now that you get so many. Because I am sparingly. All right, let's get this. You know what this reminded me of? It just hit me. It's the things from The Witcher 3. You guys know what I'm talking about. All right, 400 XP is big XP. 12% cooldown. I don't think that actually does anything for us unless it affects our transformation. Oh, Tornadoes does have a cooldown. I thought it got removed. Oh, well. Never mind then. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Earth Spike was the one with the cooldown that got removed. Tornado still has a cooldown, which is totally fine. It should. It's very strong. Tornadoes is disgusting. If it didn't have a cooldown, it would be the strongest thing in the game. By a large margin. Because its proc coefficient is very, very high. What's in the box? A treacherous Qatar. So yeah, basically they took the Diablo 2 expansion characters, the Assassin and the Druid, and they combined them. That's literally what happened. Earth Spike on 4 attacks is pretty good. And we've got some little Murlocs here. I'm sorry, legally distinct not Murlocs that are animated incredibly. I love these little guys. They're little Donald Ducks is the way I like to think of them. They're little Murlocs, but they speak like Donald Duck. I would like to buff Cyclone Helix by 30, but also 8% damage is a lot. I'm gonna take that. 8% to everything we do. Like, our attack is not insignificant. That does also affect burning damage. All right, get ready for actual nightmare fuel here. I shouldn't have opened that coffin even, because that would have nerfed us for 30 seconds. Okay, we got one level up. And let's say Breath of Fire, sure. All right, let's go. This guy, I'm gonna try to get out of this with the life intact. I have not figured this boss out. He's brutal. The goal is to do a lot of damage to him and not get hit too many times. He summons minions in addition to his crazy attack patterns. When he's doing that, you need to iframe his stuff. I'm kind of stuck in a wall here. This ability is bullshit. I have no idea how to dodge it. Straight up. So if he starts throwing the other stuff at you, you're gonna die. That's a Turtle Island. It makes me think of Lonely Island. Let's see what that is. Turtle Island, unique, epic, heavy. You have a chance to prevent damage. Damage block is equal to your armor divided by 100. This damage prevention occurs before reductions. Oh my god. Averon is eating good tonight. That's sick. Welcome to Turtle Island. I don't think that's a Lonely Island reference. I just think Lonely Island's on the brain. Isn't there a place called Turtle Island? All right, well, we got out of that with a life, so that's good. I think with that, we're on pace to win the run pretty comfortably, as long as nothing goes terribly wrong. I shouldn't say it. Shouldn't say that. Definitely don't want to get stuck. If you get stuck in those, it will suck the life out of you so fast. It'll do some Violet Myers work on you. That's a crazy reference to drop in my YouTube video. Okay. Okay, Jeff, we're on something today. You know what? It's because I've been eating healthy and we had KFC today as like a treat because my mother-in-law wanted it. So my wife was like, hey, we're gonna go to KFC. And I was like, okay. Won't be having that for another few months. Certainly was tasty though. Cyclone Helix. No, take the Hero's Journey Master. I mean, Cyclone Helix is sweet, but we already got the bonus for it. Oh yeah, more Mouse Clan stuff. We love that. Mouse Enclave. The more Mouse Enclaves you get, the better it is. So, yeah. There's some really powerful shrines. Like, shrines are kind of insane, but they've always been very powerful. It feels like the top end shrines though, like the rare ones, are really good now. Tornadoes. Oh, this is kind of butts, I feel like, but maybe it's just me. So this used to be just plus strike damage. Now it gives more strike damage with each enemy hit by your attack. Which is good right now, right? It'd be a lot, but not as good against bosses. So maybe if it said like, oh, hold up, we just got another unique. Let's check that out. The Sage, that is a Kront axe. Oh my gosh. Blessings can be upgraded to master, 100% damage, 9% XP, 120 cast damage, negative 80 cooldown reduction. When you gain a level, your cast damage is permanently increased. I knows big magic too. First of all, perfect. Second of all, how to make that one work. I'll be honest, where there's a will, there's a way. And that will starts on my Discord channel, let's be honest. We get the brewing will continue. I already have a lot of stuff in mind for other characters. There's some craziness to be had already. But I felt like we need to start with Druid as the new character, for sure. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet and you want to see more of this content, you know, I'm going to be doing this daily. So hop on in and hit that subscribe button. Tornadoes. I'm a panther. So yeah, there's a bear form. I think the bear form looks really cool, and I want the bear form to be good. I don't love the way it's triggered, and I wish there was an indicator to let me know when I could be in bear form. And that one has me questioning. That's another unique. Okay, well, they're making up for the stream. Never trust a horse. 120% damage. Incredible. I don't think it's... I honestly, straight up, I don't know that that's very good at all. Like, that's a significant amount of damage on that slot. However, giving up the dice from your relic slot is generally going to cause you some heartbreak. Have you guys noticed that when, like, Summer or Nin are talking, I'll, like, let it rock, but if Legong starts talking, I just immediately click through it? That's not... like intentional, that's just my natural reaction. Is that bad? Hey, this is like an Act 1 wave here at the end. A whole lot of victims. Breath of Fire 10. Fantastic. Is there a Breath of Fire 10? Every 20 seconds gets armor. Every 30 seconds get 10 life. Every 10 seconds remove all negative statuses. You know what? I'm gonna take that. I haven't taken it before, but it might be useful. I don't know if... I feel like the last boss doesn't debuff us, but... I think that is more likely to save us from any shenaniganry than anything else, if I'm being honest. 300 gold. 300 gold. I just realized when I covered over this, am I covering it? Actually, no. Okay, camera's in the perfect spot. That rocks. Attack speed, sick. 0.16 attack speed is insane. So who else happy about the draft, huh? Did your team do well? Are you also the... Are you a Cleveland Browns fan? They got traded down away from Travis Hunter and then took Shadur like today. Wild world. Okay, what is this? Whenever you get hit, you have a chance to get stuff for 12 seconds. Yeah. It's just the 4 life. Oh, and we get a knight here, which is kind of neat. Like, I could turn my attack into strike damage. I don't really care, though. Let's get the XP. It might get us a level. That one definitely can be good. When you evade, heals for 10.25 seconds. That's what I'm saying. There's some of these shrines that are just like, when X happens, you get something fancy happen to you, but only on Tuesdays. And only if there is red in the sky. There's a summon here. I just don't think I want to grab a summon. Also, the final boss does have a charm effect. It is not, like, guaranteed. So, there's that. But she does have a charm built in, so I don't think I want to go in there with just one big summon. There are a lot of summons added. Every god seems to have them, and they are very cool. So, if you like summon builds, this is the act for you. Oh, give me that shrine. Nope. All right, so now we fight Melania. I'm not joking. Here she goes. Get out of here with your lightning orb homing bullshit. It is very much an Elden Ring fight, if I've ever seen one, and it is very cool. It's a nice change from the two, like the frog and the scarecrow. Also, we are not in cat form, so I'm gonna like chill over here. You come to me. You know, Hitting Panther form would be cool. Oh god, that's gonna hurt. I got comboed. Gross. I need to hit Panther form now, and I need her to like just chill out. She's spamming AoE stuff on me. I'm just gonna try and like stay in. I think if we just fight her regularly, we're fine. But when she starts casting, I can't really do anything. Yeah, I'm just gonna brawl. Bitch, get back here. This is crazy. Yeah. So with this build specifically, it seems like if we try and stay away, we're in for a bad time. This is gonna be very close. Wow, that's not good. That's an awful way to die there, but I'm kind of not surprised. I should have gotten in early instead of like goofing around. It happens. I'm not upset. I do think this works, like what I was doing. I think it's very strong. But if I didn't get enough movement speed, that's the type of stuff that can happen. But that's on 30. Oh, no, that was on 40. Record is 30. I am pushing 40. I haven't really, you know, spent a lot of time on it. But we'll see. I'm going to make it work. There's other stuff I want to try. I'm very excited about. There's some crazy Kront stuff. I think the mistake there, if I'm being honest, was going with Breath of Fire over like leaning into the line attack. But I'm just gonna put these up. This thing is cool. We got some sweet uniques. It's the first video back. It's fair that I die to the last boss with like a fraction of health left. Turtle Island looks crazy. The full armor build's gonna go nuts. But yeah, these tier 3 items are nuts. I'm looking forward to playing a lot of other builds. I'll be back tomorrow with another one. Actually, tomorrow might be a stream day. So, I don't know. Check out the channel. Follow me so you get notified when the streams go live. You know, that type of thing. Appreciate y'all for watching. I'll see you next time. Jeff out. Bye.